Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inshallah, we'll get started now. Today is our lesson number 10 for the book number 3, Madina Arabic, the book number 3, lesson number 10. This is the last lesson for this book. And as I mentioned in my message on the WhatsApp group, it's a very important message, very important lesson because there is a new part of how we speak in Arabic, which is pretty much the present tense or the present future tense, it's called in Arabic, which is called as al-mudari. I'll go through the details in a second. That's what we will actually be doing today, inshallah. And that's why it's very, very important to be able to just attend this session and also pay a lot of attention. But it will actually be divided probably in two parts. So we'll go through the first part today and then the next part, inshallah, the next week. I also wanted to tell everybody that 25th of January, that day will not actually have the session. I actually have to go somewhere. Um, uh, um, and that's why I cannot actually just take the session. Maybe we'll change a date or something to be able to still continue to have the session. Maybe we do something on a Sunday or something so that we don't miss out. However, we will complete the book number 3 next week. And we'll probably just do a revision for book number 3, in one of those weeks. That way, before we start the book number 4, we have an understanding of book 1, book 2, and book 3, because it all combined, slowly, we do tend to forget stuff. So it's very normal that we will forget a few things. So we'll probably just do a revision for book number 1, 2, and 3 in a quick sessions. That way we have a revision for most of the important topics from the 3 books that we have done so far before we actually go into the book number 4, inshallah. So let's get started. I'll share my screens with you. One quick thing, if you do want to send me something, just send me a chat message. It's much more easier for me to look at it while I'm going through it instead of a text message or a WhatsApp message while we're doing the session, because then I have to otherwise just walk away. Okay. So otherwise it becomes a little difficult for me to be able to look at the messages, back and forth from WhatsApp and or the phone. Okay, hopefully everybody can see my screen. Can anybody tell me that if you can hear me properly and you can see the screen also?
Assalamu alaikum, Bilal bhai. Yes, we can hear you and we
Yeah,
can see your screen.
we can see and hear you all right.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair. Okay, let's get started. So this is book number 3, lesson 10, part A, Ad-Dasr Ashir. Here are the new vocabulary words or the new vocabulary that we have. Some of these words might sound a little different to you guys. So diamond, very common word. You must have seen this in Quran also. Diamond means always. Ahyanan means sometimes. However, now all of a sudden something will come to your mind that this word is used in Arabic for something else as well. Can anybody tell me what this word is used for? Word ahyanan. What is the morning dua? What is the wake up dua?
For life.
Alhamdulillah.
Giving
الحمد
Haya.
لله الذي أحيانا بعد ما أماتنا.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Very good. Abdul Rahman, so tell me the meaning of the ahyana.
Wake up.
Wake up.
No.
Yeah, so wake up. That's
أحيانا.
that's actually correct. So it is waking up actually is or giving life, by the way. Ahyana means, by the way, in real Arabic, it means giving life. So Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da ma amatana. So, all the praises for Allah who gave us the life after giving us death.
Doctor.
So when we go to sleep, we genuinely actually do temporarily die, right? Because our ruh is not with us at that time. And surely we will return back to Allah. So ahyana also means life, depending on how the sentences is used, but we'll likely use this today for the word ahyana as sometimes. And
Sometimes.
if you look at the context of the word ahyana, because the root is the same, life is sometimes anyways, if you think about it, right? So the word ahyana, the root words are the same. So that's why sometimes or the life is the same thing, right? Because life is just a little sometime, right? That's all we know. Now the next one is marratan ukhra, once again. So these words will come in your exercise today. Do take a screenshot of it if you want to, because when we do the exercises, these words will very consistently appear in every exercise that we'll do today. Ardun, which is width. Masafatun is distance. Kilometer is kilometer. Centimeter is centimeter. Mitrun is meter. Amila ya'malu. And now because, okay, let me ask a question. What does the word amila means? Amila.
To do something. Amal.
No, no.
To work.
Okay, let
work?
me ask you, let me ask another question. Okay, what does the word kataba means?
He wrote.
To that- to the-
Yeah, he wrote. Kataba means he wrote. So what will be amila means?
He did.
Or he worked, right? Or he worked.
Yes.
It's in the past tense, right? So it's in the past and it's madi. So let me ask another question for everybody. Please pay a lot of attention because this is going to start a new uh, verb type or how we speak in Arabic, right? So the tenses will be used today, right? So we have done the madi before. What does the madi means in Arabic?
Past.
Past tense. Very good. So amila, when we say amila or when we say kataba or when we say darasa, when we say qatala, if you know, if you realize all of that we have done so far, we have always talked about past tense.
Past tense.
He
Okay.
went to the school, he went to the factory, he killed, he ate. Everything that we have done so far until today has always been in the past tense, which is means al-madi. Madi means that it is in the past tense. Today, we'll actually start doing something else, which we'll go through in a second, which is present future. So in Arabic, there's a different way on how things are done as usual. So you have the tense, which is present tense, and within present tense, you have present future. So ya'malu means he works or he will work or he has worked, right? So you'll see again that you know how we will actually do this. So uh, the what you see ia is the sound and how this is pronounced. I'll explain this in a second, so don't worry about it right now. Same thing for raka'a, he bowed down. Raka'a means he bowed down in the prayer, right? And yarka'u will be that he bows down or he will bow down, right? I'll explain the word AA and IA. It is very important. So please pay a lot of attention. The IA and AA, I have to mute people. 1 second. So IA and AA that you see on your screen right now, this is how the words are pronounced, okay? So, or the letters are pronounced. So I'll explain this in a second, so don't worry about it right now. Maktabun, it is office. Now, what is the word for library, by the way? Can anybody tell me?
Maktabatun.
Maktabatun. So maktabatun is library. So just uh, there is a slight difference, right? There is a ta marbuta in the end for the library, but for the office there is no ta marbuta. So maktabun will be office. Amilun is laborer, employees or laborer, however you want to call it. Amilun means the employees or the laborers. Tulun is the length. Sajada, that he performed sajda, that he prostrated. He prostrated. Yasjudu, he performs sajda or he will perform the sajda, right? So I'll explain this in a second and how this actually works because this is a new tense that we will learn today. Fa'ala, he did or he did, right? Yaf'alu, he will do or he's doing, right? So it's present or present future. Rakiba, he rode. Rakiba is he rode, meaning that he rode a bicycle, he rode a motorcycle, or he rode a bus, he rode a, however you want to call it. Yarkabu is he rides or he will ride. Baina, very simple. Baina means between. Between. Bainahuma, between them. Huma, because you now have the huma. So between them, meaning that between the two people. So between them. So if you want to take a screenshot, you're most welcome to take it. That way, It's easier for you to do the exercise. All right. So this is very important. So what we are, the present tense of Arabic verb. So Arabic verb, the present tense has three different um, um, I actually should have corrected this. Al-Madi means actually, one second, let me just correct this first before I go move forward. One quick second. Oh. I should write it correctly. But I wrote it as I copy pasted, so that's why. Past tense. Okay. I'll share my screen again in a second because I wrote Madi as, for some reason, when I was copy pasting, I wrote that as, everybody can see my screen again? Okay. So Al-Madi means past tense. Al-Mudare, which is going to, what we're going to learn today and probably in the coming books as well. Al-Mudare means present future. I'll explain this in a second. Al-Amr, we will not learn this today, but it is part of the present tense of the Arabic verb. Al-Amr, which means imperative, meaning it is a command, right? So it's imperative, it is a command. Al-Madi is very simple. Look at the bottom, it's a past tense. When we say kataba, he wrote. When we say darasa, it means he studied. Something happened in the past. Qatala, he killed, right? Or all of those words that we've learned so far, they're all were in the past tense. Al-Mudare is the present future. And here's why. You see, the word ya is added at the beginning, and I'll explain how different parts of Mudare are. There are multiple different, 4 different types of Mudare. Yaktubu can be used as he writes, or he will write, or he is writing. That's why it is called as present future. That it can be used for something for the present and for the future also, that he will write. Yadrusu means he studies, or he will study, or he is studying. Right? So all of these are present future, meaning the same word, exact same word, depending on the construction of the overall sentence in Arabic, you can actually use the same word for all of these 3 things, right? So he can use it for he writes, you can use it for he will write, and you can use it for he is writing. Will be very easy when we will do the exercise, but just remember this part. The word ya is used in the beginning for all of these present, future, and al-mudare, and then the rest of the construction will be done. Now, you will ask me, the question to ask here is it always two is it always two dhammas on the 2 words afterwards or 2 letters afterwards? Meaning it will always be the sound of tu, u. No, that is not the case. It will not always be yaktubu or yadrusu, right? It can change, and that's the confusing part. So just bear that in mind. But it will have 4 different laws on how, 4 different rules on how those words are, those words are used in al-mudari. But just keep that in mind. It is used for present, future. Now, al-amr, which we'll not learn today in this book, it is, for example, it is the uktub. So same word, uktub, meaning write, or udros, study, right? So if you have children, this is very this is very I would say beneficial, to be able to give commands. All right. So here's, hopefully everybody understood the al-mudare for now. Everybody's clear on this?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So here's what we will learn, and we will go through the exercises, and you will understand this very clearly. We already discussed just right now that the past tense is al-madi, the present future tense is called as al-mudari, and then imperative, which is called as al-amr. We have already learned the madi, now we will learn the al-mudari. Okay. Now let's go to this part. Take a deep breath. It will get a little complicated, just a little complicated. If you see that when we say the difference between madi and mudari, when we say kataba, he wrote in the past. Yaktubu means that he is writing, he will write, or he writes, right? So we have learned that most Arabic words have three letters or radicals, right? Most Arabic words have three letters or radicals. In the Madi, the first radical has a fatha. In the Madi, the first letter always has a fatha. And in the Mudare, it has a sukoon. If you see the ka, don't worry about the ya. Ya is not considered as a part of the word construction. Okay, so the ya, do not consider that to be as part of the word itself. In Mudare, by all the rules that we will learn just right now, the first letter will always have a sukoon. There is no fatha, dhamma, or kasra. The third letter has a fatha in the Madi or a dhamma in the Mudare. The second radical may have any of these vowels. The second radical or second letter can have any of these letters. It can have a fatha, kasra, or dhamma. In Mudare only, okay? So in Mudare, it can have a fatha, kasra, or dhamma. And here is the very first one, if you look at it, which is AU. Now you will understand why I said AU and AI, how this actually works. Actually, this is number one. So I'm going to just correct this also very quickly. And share my screen again. There you go. So if you see the AU, why did I say AU? AU means that in this group, the second letter on Madi will have a sound. You see kataba, so ta has a sound, right? A sound. Kataba. So the second radical has a sound. And you in mudare, so yaktubu. So in this one, the ta has the dhamma, right? So it will be tu. Katab yaktubu. Again, remember, do not worry about the first the word ya, right? Ya is not part of the construction. Ya is only used to explain that it actually is a mudare. Right? That's why the letter ya is used. But in real sense, the ka, ta, ba, kaf, ta, and ba are the three letters that we're talking about. So the AU rule is that you will have some words in Arabic where the present, future, or mudare will have the AU rule applied, meaning that the Madi will have the A sound on the second letter, and then the mudare will have the U sound on the second letter. So kataba, he wrote. Yaktubu means he writes, or he will write, or he is writing. Qatala means he killed, and yaktulu means he kills, he will kill, or he is killing, literally right now. Sajada, again, remember the second letter. Look at all three of these words and look at the middle letter for all three of them. They all have a fatha. They all have a sound. And look at the three letters over here, yaktubu, yaktulu, and yasjudu. The jim, the ta, and the ta on these, all three letters actually have a dhamma on it. No problem. So that's why this is the AU rule. Now let's go to the second rule, which is AI, right? So same thing. However, you can see there's a second letter, jalasa, he sat, daraba, he beat, ghasala, he washed, all in past tense. However, the middle letter all have the fatha on it, like la, ra, sa. However, when these words, by the way, only these words, when they will be changed into mudare, they will actually have the e sound on the second letter. On this one, yajlisu, the lam has the kasra. Yadribu, the ra has the kasra. Yaghsilu, the seen has the kasra. So jalasa, he sat, daraba, he beat, ghasala, he washed. Yajlisu, he sits, he will sit, or he is sitting. Yadribu, he beats, he is beating, or he will beat. Yaghsilu, he washes, he is washing, or he will wash. So this is a rule for this one. Until I get to number 4, don't worry about it. Because you'll get even more worried when I go to the number 4. So the AA is for these words. So these words, Zahaba, Fataha, Qara, very simple. The second letter for Madi will always have the Fatha, right? So you have the Fatha on this one, the Ha, Ta, and Ra. You have the Fatha on all of these. So he went, he opened, and he read. However, the second letter, which is Ha in Yazhabu, Ta in Yaftahu, and Ra in Yakra'u, they will actually have the fatha on it. So that's why you have the a sound on both of them. So a. You have the a or the a sound on both of them. So yazhabu, yaftahu, yakra'u. Yazhabu will be he goes, he will go, or he is going. Yaftahu, he opens, he will open, or he is opening. Yakra'u, he reads, he is reading, or he will read. So this is a sound for these words. Second one is IA. Now this is a little bit of an opposite of what it will look like. 1 second, sorry. So in this one, the second letter for the Madi will actually have, and we have learned these words before, by the way. If you look at this, Fahima, the second letter has a kasra. Shariba has a kasra. Hafiza, second letter has a kasra. He understood, he drank, and he memorized. But the second letter for the al-mudare will actually have a fatha. So yafhamu, ha has a fatha. Yashrabu, ra has a fatha. Yahfazu, fa has a fatha. So yafhamu will be he understands, he is understanding, or he will understand. Yashrabu, he is drinking, he drinks, or he will drink. Yahfazu, he memorizes, he will memorize, or he is memorizing. So these are the 4 rules that we just learned right now. And guess what? There is no rule to determine the group of the verb. The student should learn the group of each of these verbs that we have learned. All good dictionaries and all that. So, but what they're basically saying is that there is no rule on which word will be written in which way. So you actually, whenever you go to the dictionary, you have to understand exactly the word that is used for the present for that particular word. So in any dictionary for Arabic to English, when you'll open it, you'll see that they'll put both of these two together, kataba and yaktubu, to help you understand exactly the meaning or the word that is used for the present tense or the present future. So it's not always going to be that they'll have a fatha, damha, or kasra on the second letter for the mudare. You have to know exactly which word has how to pronounce it. And slowly, gradually, when you'll actually go through all of these books, we'll have more words and understood to us, but there is no rule for this. These are the 4 rules. Different words have different rules applied to it and how to pronounce the second letter for the mudare. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Let's go to the next one. So let's very quickly look at the rules about the numbers, okay? I'm not going to go through this in the detail because this is just basically lesson number 3 for this book. But I wanted to just give you a reminder on how those numbers are used from number 11 to 20, right? So numbers 11 to 20 with a masculine madu, these numbers are compound. They consist of 2 parts, right? So for example, ahada ashara 11, ahada ashara kawkaban, 11 stars. Tis'ata ashara, 19 books, right? So just remember those, right? Ahada ashara is 11, Tis'ata ashara, 19, okay? Now, 11 to 20, here both parts agree with the madud. Ahada ashara, ihda asharata, depending on the feminine or the masculine parts, right? So isna ashara, whenever you have female students, then you have the second part for 11 and 12, you actually use um, feminine part for the 11 and 12 only, meaning the asharata will have a ta marbuta. Same thing for the 12. When you're talking about the females, you'll have the ta marbuta for the second word, which is the ashara, right? Because ashara is used uh, for the 11, 12, 13, 14, and all that. Now, look at this rule again one more time. 13 to 19, the rule changes, right? So 13 to 19, the rule will change. When you are talking about uh, 13 students for the female side, then you will say salasata ashara. Sorry, for the masculine part. When you're talking about the male students, the first letter, the first part will always have the ta marbuta, because generally that ta marbuta is used for females, right? However, for number 13 to 19, the first letter, which is the actual letter for 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, will actually be the feminine form, meaning salasata, arba'ata, khamsata, right? So salasata ashara. However, if you look at ashara, ashara actually is the masculine part. But for male students, the first part of the letter for the number will be feminine, and then the second part, which is the ashara, which is the number 10, will be masculine. However, for the female students, the first part will be masculine and the second part will be the feminine. Look at over. The lasa is masculine and asharata is feminine. We've already done this before. These are just examples. I'm not going to go through this right now. But remember that for number 13 to 19, for males, for masculine, the first part, if you're talking about a masculine student or a man or a boy, the first part will always have the ta marbuta, and then the second part, which is the number 10, will actually be the masculine side. And number 20 is Ishrun, right? So simply for number 20, there is no rule, of course, you simply call it Ishrun. This is just an example. Okay. Now we'll learn this book, this lesson actually has the rule for the number 21 to 30. How the number 21 to 30 is pronounced and how we will actually do this is this way. So numbers from number 21 to 30, the two parts of the numbers are joined by a wa. Simply a wa. Wahidun wa ishrun. Wahidun wa ishrun. Can anybody tell me what is wahidun wa ishrun means?
21. 21.
21. Very good. If you have to say 22, how will you say it?
اثنين وعشرون
Isnan. Isnan wa ishrun.
اثنان
Isnan wa ishrun. If you have to say um, 23, how will you pronounce it?
ثلاثة وعشرون
23.
Salasatun wa ishrun. If you have to say 24, how will you say it?
أربعة وعشرون
Arba'atun. Arba'atun. Remember that part, okay? Arba'atun wa ishrun. If you have to say 26, how will you say it?
ستة وعشرون
Sorry.
ستة وعشرون
Sittatun. Sittatun. Everybody should know sittatun for sure, okay? This word is used in Quran for a reason. So sittatun ishrun is used for 26. Anybody can tell me what is the word used for 29?
تسعة
تسعة وعشرون تسعة وعشرون
وعشرون.
رمضان
Sorry, can anybody repeat that again?
تسعة
وعشرون
وعشرون.
وعشرون
Okay, number 28.
ثمان وعشرون
ثمانية وعشرون. ثمانية وعشرون.
Samaniyatu wa.
ثمانية وعشرون
Very good. Now, what is the word used for 30?
What?
What is the word in Arabic used for 30? Okay, let me ask you again.
ثلاثون
Salasatun. Salasatun. Okay? Salasatun. What is the word used for what is the word for 20?
عشرون
عشرون.
Ishrun. Simply Ishrun. Okay, not Ishruna. It will be Ishrun. What is the word used for 30?
ثلاثة.
Salasatun. Salasatun. Okay. So you'll learn very quickly that 30, 40, 50, 60, they're very easy, okay? Because the 40 will be arbaun, the 50 will be khamsun, the 60 will be sittun, right? Sab'un. So all of these will be very easy afterwards. But for now, number 21 to 30, this is how you will actually write those words in Arabic. Okay. The word illa. So now if you look at when you're explaining the time to somebody, for example, at-tasiyatu illa rub'an, 8:45. Illa simply means except. Illa simply means except. And if you look at the examples below, as-sa'atul wahida illa ashara daqa'iq, 10 minutes to 1. Very
What?
easy in English, right? So 10 minutes to 1. If, for example, before 1
What?
o'clock. Okay, let me ask this. Please mute yourself, please. I mean, constantly having a background noise. So if you have to ask, if you have to tell this 10 minutes to 1, what is 10 minutes to 1? Can anybody tell me what is it? What does it mean? How will you say this in a time manner?
12:50.
12:50. Very good. So, however, in Arabic, you will say asaatul wahidatun illa ashar. Saatul wahida, wahidu illa ashar, 10 minutes to 1. Saatul wahidatu illa ashar daqaik, we all know it means minutes, right? And then the saatul saniya illa khamsa daqaik, 5 minutes to 2. Saatul khamisatu illa daqiqatun wahidatun, 1 minute to 5. This is how you say accept, right? So when you're talking about uh, 10 minutes before that time or 5 minutes before that time, you will simply add the illa and the daqa'iq before that, right? To explain that you're explaining the time. But we'll learn during the exercise, it's very easy. It seems difficult because it looks very long sentence, but when you actually do the exercise, you'll see it's very easy. Okay. La'alla, the top part that you have, I actually copied this from your lesson number 1. This is from your lesson number 1. So la'alla, we already learned that it has a meaning that I'm afraid, or I hope, right? And previously we said that the word la'alla means I hope. La'alla al-jawwa jamilun, the weather is fine. I hope the weather is fine, right? La'alla al-jawwa jamilun, I hope the weather is fine. La'alla al-mudarrisa maridun, I'm afraid the teacher is sick. So you can use the same word for I hope, or you can use the same word la'alla for I'm afraid. One of this used as al-ishfaq. The second one is used as tarajja. Tarajja simply means that it actually means that you are hoping, and al-ishfaq means simply talking about that you're afraid, right? So the same word can be used for afraid, I'm afraid, or you can use the same words for I hope. Baina, we already learned the word. It's very simple. Baina means between. Jalasa Hamidun Baina Bilalin wa Faisalin. Hamid sat between Bilal and Faisal. Or if you only want to say Jalasa Hamidun Baina Bilalin wa Faisalin, or any other name that you want to put in there, that means that the person is sitting in between. So in between is the meaning of Baina. Baina means in between. Or another one, Haza baini wa bainika, this is between you and me. Haza baini wa bainika wa bainaka. This is between you and me. Yes, Abdurrahman.
What if it was bainahuma?
Between them.
So between them.
Mhm. Okay. So this is our first exercise. Brother Hafiz Muhammad Osama, we'll have to go through this quickly. Hafiz Muhammad Osama and Brother Abdullah Said. Brother Hafiz Muhammad Osama, you are student number 1, and Brother Abdullah Said, you are student number 2. So look at the words and remember the words will also have the al-mudare used in these words. Okay, so just pay a lot of attention. You'll have some mudare used as well. They're not difficult at all, but use one word at a time.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ذهب زكريا لزيارة حامد. Zakaria went to see Hamid
Very good.
بعد صلاة الفجر after Fajr prayer.
Very good.
ولكنه ما وجد and
And wa lakinnahu.
لكنه
But
but he found that ما وجده he found him
Ma
في
means
البيت.
no. In this case, ma is used for no.
No, he did not find him في البيت. He did not find him in the house.
Mhm.
فقال لابنه موسى. So he said to his son Musa,
Very good. Excellent.
Aina abuka, where is your father?
Excellent work. Abdullah Said.
Okay, Musa. Zahaba ila souk. He's gone to the market.
He went to.
Oh,
Remember,
he went to.
Zahaba,
Okay.
Zahaba is Madi, right? So you have to talk. You have to say something in the past.
He went. Okay.
So he went to the market.
He went to the market. Okay.
Now plays a very important role, Brother Sama. You have to pay a lot
Yep.
of attention. What is he asking? What is he?
Zakaria ayadhabu ila suki kulla yawmin. Have he gone for the whole day?
Yeah, gone is past tense. This is not past tense right now. This is yazhabu,
Yadhabu.
present.
Is he going to the market for the whole day?
So what he's saying is I'll say this in English. He goes to the market every day. That's what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
So
He goes to
remember,
the market every day.
yeah, he goes, he is going, or he will go. All three can be used over here. However, in this sentence, he's asking a question. He goes to the market every day. So Yawmin is day, Kulla every, right? Souk is market, Ila is two, Ayazhabu, does he go or he goes in a
Okay.
question form. So you can say,
Mhm.
does he go to the market every day?
Every day, okay.
Or,
Does he go to market every day?
yeah, or he goes to the market every day, like he's asking a question. Okay.
Naam. Yes, Habu. Da'iman ila souk ba'da salatu fajr. Yes, he goes always ila souk to the market after salatu fajr, after the morning prayer.
Very good.
Zakaria mata yarji'u min as-suqi. When would he return from the market?
Now see, very
Or when
interesting.
he will come back?
Yeah. So see, now the same word is now
When
used
he
as
will.
yarji'u, but now it's talking about a future, right? So it's present future. So when will he return from the market? Very good. Excellent work.
Yarji'u fi sa'ati sabi'ati. That's he will come fi sa'ati at 8 o'clock.
He will
What?
return. He
He will
at
return. Okay. He will
7 o'clock.
return. He will return after 8 o'clock.
No, 7 o'clock. This is 7 o'clock.
Sabi'ati. Oh, Sabi'ati is 7. Okay. Wa ahyayna fi sa'ati thaminati.
What does the word ahyana means?
Sometimes.
Very good.
Sometimes he comes at 8 o'clock. So either 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. That's
So make the whole sentence now.
okay. Yarji'u fi sa'ati sab'ati. So he comes at 7 o'clock.
He returns.
Or he returns at 7 o'clock. Or sometimes he comes at 8 o'clock.
Or sometimes at 8 o'clock.
Sometimes at 8 o'clock. Okay.
Excellent. Very good. So this is how the words are used. I mean, the present tense is basically what we're talking about here. And here's the translation for all of these words that you have just translated. All right. So the next exercise is this. Let me see who's here. So Sister Amina Zaid and Sister Mehreen, this would be for you. So Sister Amina Zaid, you're student number 1. Sister Mehreen, you're student number 2. Sister Amina, we can't hear you clearly. We can hear you, but it was very like the sound was very low. Now it's completely gone.
Okay, is that better?
Yes, it's all good now.
ماذا يفعل في البيت? What is he doing in the home?
What does he do? So this is present tense, right? So what does he do in the house?
Okay, what does he do in the house?
Mm-hmm. Sister Mehreen?
يقرأ الصحف يقرأ الصحف. He reads the newspaper. صحف.
Yeah, very good. Yes,
ويسمع الأخبار. He listens the news.
very good.
من الإذاعة. من الإذاعة. I don't remember that.
Radio.
He listens the news on the radio.
Very good. Now, this is a very annoying uncle, okay? He's asking so many questions. He should know about his friend, all of these things. So he's asking a poor child and all of these things. So just a joke. So you'll see all kinds of questions that he's going to ask right now. It's very annoying. Okay. Mr. Aminazad, please keep going.
Okay. متى يذهب إلى المصنع? When does he go to is it the factory?
Factory. Very good, mashallah.
يذهب في الساعة 9:30. يذهب. He goes في الساعة 9. He goes 7 o'clock. 9.
Tasiyati is 9.
9 o'clock.
9, 1, 9, 1 nisf.
9:30.
Very good. So he goes at 9:30.
9:30. Yeah.
Okay. ومتى يرجع من هناك? And when does he come back from there?
Very good.
يرجع في الساعة 1:30. يرجع. He returns
Yes.
at 1:30.
Very good.
أبي ثانية or 2.
Or 2 o'clock. Very good. Yeah, because he's simply saying he returns at 1:30 and or 2 o'clock. This was very, very good, by the way. I was afraid that this is going to be a little difficult because there is a new tense used. Okay. So this is the third one. So let's see who's here. So Sister Azumi and Sister Kiran, if you can unmute yourself. So Sister Kiran, you're student number 1, and Sister Azumi, you're student number 2.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يذهب إلى المصنع مرة أخرى بعد الظهر. يذهب, does he go
Yeah.
to the factory مرة أخرى, once again,
Very good.
after Zohar.
Very good. Very good. So he's simply asking, he goes to the factory once again after the Zohar
After
prayer.
Zohar.
Very good.
لا يذهب بعد الظهر. No, he doesn't go after Zuhur. Yes, يجلس هنا. He sits here في مكتبته.
في مكتبه. في مكتبه.
في مكتبه, in his office. بعد صلاة العصر, after Asr prayer.
Now make the whole sentence all at once, Sister Azumi.
Okay. لا. No, he doesn't go to office after Zuhur. He sits here in his office after Salat Asr prayer.
Very good. Excellent work.
كم عاملا يعمل في مصنعكم? How many laborers does work in your factory?
Yeah. How many laborers working in your factory? Very good.
مصنعنا ليس بالكبير. Our work is not big.
Our factory.
Our factory is not big. يعمل فيه 125. The workers there is 125.
Yeah. 125 workers work over there.
125 workers. ومهندس ساتي and 2 engineers.
Excellent work. Sister Kiran.
الساعة الآن 9:45 وما رجع أبوك. الساعة الآن, it's now 9:15. It's
Very
now
good.
9:15.
Very good.
وما رجع أبوك, and your father didn't return.
Yeah, your father has
Didn't
not
return.
returned. Yep.
And your father didn't return.
Yep.
Okay. لعله يرجع اليوم متأخرا.
Very good.
I'm afraid he will return late today.
Excellent work. This is very, very good. This is one of the best exercises, actually, I think, between all three groups today. This was very good. This is the translation for all of these words, the sentences that we just made. I'm so happy. you cannot imagine. I'm so happy that, everybody can just read these sentences and then in one time, you can actually just translate all of that. All right. So the second exercise, not very difficult at all. However, we'll have two students that will do this exercise. And let's see who can. And by the way, if I did not pick you, there was no reason for that. Okay. Simply because I can only pick for a certain number of people. So Brother Umar NDI and Brother Hafiz Muhammad Usama, actually no, Abdul Rahman. So Brother Umar NDI and Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman, can you unmute? 1 second, Brother Umar NDI. There you go. So Brother Umar NDI, you will do number 1 to 4, and Abdul Rahman, you will do number 5 to 8. So these are the questions. First of all, you'll have to translate these questions first. So first, only thing you have to do right now is to translate these questions. Your exercise is only to translate these questions.
لزيارة من ذهب زكريا.
Mhm.
Who came to visit Zakaria?
No. Who did he go to see? Who did Zakaria go to see?
Who did Zakaria go to visit to see?
Yeah, or visit. Yep, good. Next one.
Mata Zahaba. When did he go?
Excellent.
Aina Yazhabu Hamidun Ba'da Salatil Fajr. Where did he?
This is
Where
not a
will
date.
he go?
Remember, so yazhabu is something present, future. Okay.
Future,
You have
yes.
to say, where does he go? Where
Where
does
does
Hamid
he
go?
go? Where does Hamid go? Hamid go after the prayer of Fajr.
Very good.
Mata yarji'u minasuki. When does he go in the market?
When will
he go in the market?
When will he
When he
return?
return
Yeah.
from the market.
Very good. Okay, Abdurrahman, next 4 are for you.
ماذا يفعل في البيت؟ Where is his house?
No. What does fa'ala means? Fa'ala. What does the word fa'ala means, Abdurrahman? Abdurrahman, what does the word fa'ala means?
فعل
It means he does, or he work. It simply means he does. Maza yaf'alu. So translate the word. So maza, what does the word maza means?
what did he do?
What does he do?
What does he do in the house?
Very good. Next one.
متى يذهب إلى المصنع؟
Okay. Do one word at a time.
Mata means
When.
when does he no when does he go to the when does he go to the
Factory.
when does he go to the factory?
Very good.
كم عاملا يعمل في مصنعه. For what?
How many? How many?
How many? عاملا.
Amil. What does the word amil means? Did you take the screenshot I told you in the beginning?
I did, but it turned out it was blurry.
So amil means laborer.
كم عاملا. So how many laborers does he?
Work.
How many laborers was in his name? How many laborers
Work in his factory.
work is in his factory? Yeah.
Okay, next one.
كم مهندسا يعمل في مصنعه.
It's the same thing, but the word is muhandisan now. So you should know. How many?
How many engineers
Very good.
did he have?
How many engineers work in his factory?
How many engineers did he have in the factory?
How many engineers work in his factory?
Work in his factory.
Yep. Okay. And here's the translation for these words or these sentences. I'll have to correct this one thing quickly. It actually, I said, how many, when will he, when does he go to the factory? Okay. So I'll share my screen one more time. Where is the screen? And here's the screen. Okay. Now the next exercise is for somebody has to answer these questions now in Arabic, and you have to make the sentence and you have to translate that as well. So who's not done yet? I think everybody's done except for Sister Hera. Sister Hera, can you speak?
Not me.
Are you able to speak, Sister Hera?
I'm able to speak, but I can't answer. I don't memorize.
It's okay. I'll help you. Don't worry about it. Okay, I think we can do this between Sister Hera and Sister Kiran. If you can both unmute, I'll help you. I'll help you 100%. Okay, so don't worry about it. So first, only answer this question in English, and then I will then try to make this in Arabic. Okay, then we'll try to make the exercise to do the words in Arabic. So, who did Zakaria go to see?
Hamid.
No, make the whole sentence. He went to see.
Hamid went to see. No, Zakaria went to see Hamid.
Yeah. So now, if you have to say, he went to see Hamid, how will you say he went?
Zahaba.
Zahaba. To see Hamid, how will you say it?
Zahaba لزيارة Hamid.
Very good. Zahaba li ziyarati Hamidin. That's it. So the answer is yes. Zahaba li ziyarati Hamidin. Okay. What is the next question? Mata Zahaba. When did he go? In English.
He went after
Hira to answer or I have to answer?
Sorry, say that again.
Hira has to answer this question or
Sorry.
I have to answer?
Number 1 to 4 is for Hira, and the number 5 to 8 is for Sister Kiran. So
Okay.
in English, when did he go? So when did Hamid go? Sorry, when did Zakaria go?
After Salatul Fajr.
Yes. So if you have to say he went, how will you say he went?
Zahaba bata Salatul Fajr.
Very good. That's it. Zahaba ba'da Salatul Fajr. Okay, now the next one is, where did Hamid go after Fajr Salah?
He went to where did Hamid? Ila Suki.
Yeah, he went to the market, right? So if you have to say, or where did he or where does he go, right? Where does he go? Because it says, I have to correct this. Basically, he should be where does Hamid go? So if no, 1 second. Yeah, if you where's this? There you go. Yeah. So if you have to say he goes to the market, how will you say?
Yazhab.
Yazhabu?
What did you ask?
So he goes, you already said yazhabu, and you have to say to the market. How will you say to the market?
يذهب إلى السوق.
Yazhabu ila suki. That's about it. So, and when will he return? That's a
متى
difficult one.
يرجع
Yeah,
when
mata
will he
yarju min
return?
suki. When will he return from the market?
When will he return from the market? I don't remember.
So he returns
But
at 7 o'clock and sometimes at 8 o'clock. That's a difficult one, so I'll show you the screen afterwards. Yeah, yarjiu fi saati sabiyati wa ahyana fi saati samina. So that's how you will actually say this in Arabic. But I'll show you the screen afterwards. That's a longer sentence and you have never done this before, so I will explain this in a second. Sister Kiran, so the next question is, what does he do in the house in English?
When does he do in the house?
What does he do?
He reads newspaper
Very good.
and listen news from the radio. I think so.
Very good. This is good. So if you have to say he reads, how will you say?
He reads يقرأ
Yakra'u. If you have to say newspaper, how would you say it?
صحف.
Yeah. So yakra'u suhufa. Very good. So he reads newspaper. You have to say listens. He listens. How will you say?
He listens يسمع.
Yeah. And you have to say news. How will you say news?
news خبر से أخبار الأخبار.
Bar. And from the radio, how will you say it?
من الإذاعة.
Min al
من الإذاعة.
So the sentence will be yaqra'u suhufa wa yasma'u al-akhbara min al-idha'ati. That's how the whole sentence will be. Very good. The next one is, when does he go to the factory?
When does he go to factory?
If you have to say he goes,
يذهب
yeah, yazhabu.
يذهب في الساعة التاسعة والنصف
One nasf.
والنصف.
Yep, very good. How many laborers work in his
And
factory?
work in the factory. فيه 125.
And how many engineers work in his factory?
فيه مهندسان.
Muhandisan, very good. Yeah, it's 2 engineers. Okay. So I'll correct just one quick thing again in my slide because I said, where does this is correction, and there's a small correction here. Okay. This is very, very good, by the way. So let me share my screen one more time. And here is the answer for all of these. Here is the answer for all of these that we just went through. So the questions were right here, and the answers are right here. Of course, I'll send the slides afterwards on the WhatsApp group. And here is your homework. And please, everybody pay a lot of attention. Everybody asks me afterwards, what was the homework? So what you have to do, very simple. You just have to change these words, and we will do this exercise in next week anyways. It was part of your next week's lesson anyways. You have to change these words into mudare. You have to write the mudare for all of these words. The example is written right up top. And these are, by the way, 4 rules. These are 4 rules, okay? The a, u, the a, e, the a, and e, a. So all 4 rules are written up top. What you have to do, wherever you have the blanks, in the blanks, you have to write the mudare. For example, kataba is yaktubu. So dakhala is yadkhulu. Kharaja is yakhruju. And sajada is yasjudu, right? So this is how you will write these words over here. Same thing for the second rule. Jalasa yajlisu. Ghasala yaghsilu. Raja'a yarji'u. All of those, you have to put those words over here. And same thing for this, and same thing for the fourth one. And you also have to then translate these words as well. So put the actual Arabic part and then put the translation for the Madi and the Mudare right underneath, however you want to do this. You have to translate and also put the Mudare for all of these words. But remember, Mudare is very, very important because this is what is dependent on your upcoming book. So make sure you do the exercise And if you have any questions, and if you have any concerns, please do reach out to me. I mean, of course, there is no issue in reaching out to me, but it is very important exercise because moving forward, the book that you have, the mudare will be used very often. So you need to know what mudare is and how mudare is used and the 4 rules for the mudare, because different words have different pronunciation of the word, right? So, and that's why I already mentioned that there is no rule for that. You have to just know that this word is actually, the mudare for this particular word in Madi is used as this way. The pronunciation will be this way in Arabic afterward. So if you have any questions or concerns, please do reach out to me via WhatsApp. Inshallah, I will see you again next week. And to next week, I'm hoping that we will be able to finish this lesson number 10. And inshallah, I'm hoping that we should be able to finish this entire book the next week. And afterwards, the second week afterwards, we'll try to actually have the revision for book number 1, 2, and 3. That way, we actually get a revision for all those books before we actually move on to the book number 4. So, and if you have anybody, by the way, who wants to again join, even at right now, to join these sessions, it's a good time to join next week and probably afterwards, because that will allow everybody to get a very quick overview of 1, 2, 3 books and also just join for the book number 4. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me via WhatsApp. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.